Hello everybody, how are you all? Hope you're doing great. So welcome back to another session of learning English with me. And today I am going to address a problem that is faced by I think almost everybody. Every person who's trying to learn English, trying to learn how to speak fluent English, then this is the problem that you might be facing, especially as an adult English learner, as an adult English speaker. If you're somebody who's in college, if you're a working professional, or you're somebody with any kind of responsibility in your life, definitely you will face this problem, or you might be facing this problem as we are currently discussing in this particular video. That is, you don't get time to learn English, or you do not have enough time to learn English, isn't it? Yes, that's a big problem. I know almost 80% people who are learning this language face this particular problem, that they don't get time to learn English. Now, if you face this similar problem, I'm going to give you solutions that is going to make your English speaking better, fluent, and this particular solution that I'm giving you, 4-step solution, will help you become fluent in English. You will be able to learn English. If you are setting some tasks for yourself, you will be able to accomplish them. You will be able to improve your English with all the steps that I'm telling you today. So are you ready for this? I'm Shivangi Gupta, your CELTA certified English language tutor, certified by the University of Cambridge, the UK, and you're watching Speak English with Shivangi. Before beginning, please subscribe the channel so that you do not miss out on any lesson. Also like the video and share it with your friends too. Coming back to today's lesson, that you do not get enough time to learn English. Now, taking out time from your day, from a particular day, from the schedule is important. And what I'm going to tell you is, I'm going to tell you sometimes some tasks, some solutions through which you can learn English. So there are going to be certain time periods throughout your day during which you can learn English, you can speak English, you can practice and improve. So let's begin with all the 4 solutions. Step number 1. Solution number 1 is to set aside 15 minutes every day. So 15 minutes is something that you can set aside every day. Now it's totally up to you what kind of task you're taking up in those 15 minutes. Are you dividing it like you're going to read for 5 minutes and then you're going to speak for 5 minutes? Whatever you're going to do, however you're going to take up that particular 15 minutes, you're dedicating complete 15 minutes to practice one of the speaking practice techniques. For example, I have told you about read aloud technique. So are you taking up to practice that? It's totally up to you. But what you have to do is you have to set aside 15 minutes. Now we can do that, can't we? From 24 hours in a day. We have 24 hours in a day. 1 hour equals to 60 minutes. Can't we take out just 15 minutes for ourselves? Now you take out time to eat food, drink water, do your daily chores and everything, right? Why can't you take out just 15 minutes? So start with 15 minutes every day. Maintain a diary, maybe write it on the calendar, write it on a poster and then paste it on a wall. Whatever you want to do, you have to stick to that. Stick to this 15 minutes everyday rule and then see the change it's going to bring. Because then you will be habitual of dedicating those particular 15 minutes to your English learning. Now your excuse of not having enough time would not work. Why? Because now you're habitual of utilizing those 15 minutes, right? So when you utilize those 15 minutes every day on a set particular time, you'll find it easier to learn English. So you must get a particular time, right, when you're free. Maybe just before going to bed, maybe 9 to 9:15, maybe 6 to 6:15, 7 to 7:15, whatever is comfortable for you. Set time accordingly, but set aside 15 minutes every day to practice, and believe me, it is going to improve your English. Solution number 2. Solution number 2 is to use language learning apps. Now, language learning apps are a great way to utilize your time. If you're short on time, you can use these apps. Even YouTube works as a language learning app, believe me, because even from YouTube, you can learn a lot of English. if you're watching my videos, you're learning English. If you're watching videos in English language related to other topics, again, you're interacting with English. Also, language learning apps, for example, Cambridge, Oxford. So you have language learning apps by English universities too, where you can learn English, right? So these language learning apps will provide you with some task, with worksheet, maybe a questionnaire, fill-ups, true and false. These kind of activities will help you improve your grammar. That means your speaking accuracy. So grammar is equals to speaking accuracy, and practicing grammar in such a way using fill-ups, the quizzes that these particular language learning apps provide you will help you improve your speaking fluency. So that is your necessary grammar, basic grammar that you need in order to speak accurate English. So you're also utilizing some of your time when you're on the app, you're using social media in the correct way, right? So utilize language learning apps. Start using them. Download some good language learning apps. There are free apps too. If you want more recommendations, what you can do is you can check out my lesson. I am giving you some language learning apps recommendation, and these apps are actually great, certified, trusted place for you to learn English. So you can download them and start learning English. Use the resource they have, specially designed resources for English learners and people who want to speak fluent English. Number 3. Solution number 3 is to utilize your downtime. Now, what is downtime? Downtime is equals to your commute time. Commute time is the time that you spend while going from one place to another. And in a day, people spend a lot of time while commuting between their home and workplace, home and college, and then vice versa. So the thing is that you have to utilize this commute time. And if you are somebody who's working from home, then utilize your dead time. Dead time is the time where you're not doing something productive. For example, you're doing your daily chores, you are cleaning up your room, maybe you're cooking. What you can do is you can utilize that particular time. This time can be utilized to listen to something. This time can be utilized to use those language learning apps that I recommended in the previous step, right? So you can use those learning apps during this downtime, this commute time, or your dead time. So this is the time where you have to use those apps. You have to listen to something, or you can read something. You can engage in different activities. Otherwise, this time was a waste for you, wasn't it? You're not doing anything productive during this time. You're not getting separate time to learn English, enough time to learn English from your day. You cannot spare much time to learn English. Your schedule is really busy. Then do this. Utilize your downtime. It's a great way to read something, to listen to something. Believe me, I used to do that. When I was in college, I used to listen to audiobooks and I used to read books during my downtime, my commute time. So while I used to travel, I used to love reading books, listening to audiobooks. So that is what I used to do, or watching videos related to my novels, my books, which were there in my course. So it's a great way to improve your English. Start utilizing that particular time, your commute time. 4-step solution: bite-sized reading content with you. Bite-sized reading content. What do I mean by that? So bite-sized means something that is short in length. So instead of picking up a novel, what you can do is in the beginning, in the starting, if you're not getting enough time, what you can do is you can keep some articles with you. Maybe subscribe to some blogs online, maybe news websites where you can read articles. You'll stay updated. Plus, you'll get to read something that is short in length. You'll be able to complete it quickly. And once you're done with one single article, that's it. That's it for that day. So like this, you are at least interacting with some English content. Instead of thinking that I'm going to give half an hour to reading and I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, and then not able to achieve those goals, that's just a waste of time, and that's like it's never gonna happen because that day will never come. So take that initial step of utilizing the bite-sized reading content. Now, bite-sized reading content, as I suggested, would be around 300 to 500 words because that's minimum. That's something that you should read. Something below that is not considered reading. So at least 500 words. I think any article, any news article that you find online is around 400 to 500 words, and that will do the task. That will do the deed. So do not worry about it. You can go select a blog, you can read a blog, you can read a news article, you can keep a magazine with you and maybe read one article every day from that magazine. Bite-sized reading contents, right? They have lots of benefits. For example, you can read them anytime that you want to read. For example, you can read them during your dead time. Whenever you get time in your day, you can read it. For example, you are thinking of listening to something while you're commuting, and then you got 10 minutes free during lunch, maybe one day. What you can do is you can just take up your magazine, read one article, quickly finish it within 5 minutes, and that's it. You're over with it. So you are able to utilize lots of time periods which are otherwise going waste or are your dead time, right? Dead times, those time periods, small time periods, right? Little time periods you have in your day. So start utilizing them. When you keep these bite-sized reading content, you have lots and lots of option to read and lots of opportunity to read in a particular day. You're able to utilize your downtime too. So do all these things and utilize your time in the correct manner to learn English. So that's the lesson for today. That's it. These were the 4 solutions if you don't have time to learn English. You don't get enough time to learn English? Not a problem at all. Still you can improve your English. Still you can read, you can listen to English, you can practice English, and you can learn English and speak English fluently. Adopt all the solutions, all the steps that I've suggested, and see the improvement. Now I'm gonna meet you again in another lesson. Till then, everybody take care and bye.